Right, in this Weekly Five, I want to talk about vouchers, and vouchers are sure to be a part of our next legislative session. In fact, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has stated that the issue of school choice is going to be one of his top priorities within the Texas Senate. And the Texas Senate is usually very pro-voucher. And the reason they are the following reasons. It's that they believe that vouchers make the marketplace more competitive, and by having more competition, you make schools overall better. And they believe that vouchers satisfy a philosophy that parents should choose their child's education. And this becomes particularly true when it comes to religious education, and therefore having vouchers allows parents to be able to put them in religious schools. Now, the Texas House doesn't feel quite as strongly about it. In fact, they look at several things here and have asked several questions when it comes to vouchers. And one is that is it going to actually meet the constitutional requirement of free and equitable public schools when you're pulling away money in different ways? Democratic Representative Harold Dutton also said that vouchers in other states have shown that it doesn't exactly help all the schools. You look even further, is that Charles Foster Johnson, who is from Pastors for Texas Children, has talked about what we really need to do is focus on the schools that we have, provide adequate resources and make sure they're taken care of. And then it also becomes a little bit troublesome when it's talk about the Texas Constitution, because the Texas Constitution does say that no money shall be appropriated for any type of religious type thing. So constitutionally, both in the U.S. Constitution but in the Texas Constitution, is that there needs to be a situation where we're not providing money to help promote any type of religion. But I think that overall, I think one of the biggest areas came from a comment from Republican Representative Dan Huberty of Humble, who asked Kent Grusendorf, he said, if we're going to give money to these private schools, then we're going to have them under the same accountability measures and testing that we do for any other public school. And Grusendorf said, absolutely not. And so what we have here is a situation where proponents of vouchers want to create two different playing fields. One playing field in which a group of individuals, because of religious affiliation, receive money with no accountability, and then public schools who are held to a different standard in which they are tested and held accountable for the performance of students based upon the way the legislature measures it. And bottom line is, I don't know of a single superintendent out there that's afraid of competition. But when you have competition, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If the way that private schools have it, where they're given money without any kind of strings attached to it all, if that is good for education, then we need to do it for all. If it is good for education to have all these tests and have us chasing these scores that students need to do, then it needs to be across the board with anybody that accepts public funds. Now, we do have our new book out, Proficient to Distinguish, and I hope you guys will go out there and buy it. And remember to inspire and develop, be architects for human potential.